In June of 2023, I, James Damiano, submitted to the court a motion letter asking the court to lift the 27-year-old gag order from my copyright infringement lawsuit with Bob Dylan. The court entered the letter upon the record of the court and notified Dylan's attorney by electronic mail about my, James Damiano's, request. As you can see here, Dylan's attorney's reply to the court substantiates and exemplifies to the record the lies told to the court. The following letter, written to Judge Boone by Bob Dylan's lead attorney, Oren Snyder, substantiates his fraud by vividly lying to the court. Snyder's statement stating, quote, "The court dismissed plaintiff's claims with prejudice," unquote, is definitively untrue. The word prejudice simply does not appear in Judge Simandl's opinion. So once again, Oren Snyder blatantly lied to the court. The next statement made by Oren Snyder, which is definitively untrue, is, quote, "Plaintiff filed this fraudulent lawsuit," unquote. Anyone reviewing the deposition materials recorded in this litigation, Bob Dylan's stealing of James Damiano's songs, will witness firsthand the substantiated fraud Oren Snyder committed to the court. Anyone can comprehend, recognize, and acknowledge that the deposition materials taken during litigation substantiate that the lawsuit is not at all fraudulent, as seen in the following footage.
Have you ever lied to Mr. Damiano?
Yes.
And can you list for me the times that you lied to him?
Many times, not many times, but on those occasions when he would ask me, could I pass on something to Mr. Dylan? I may have said to him, I'll try and pass it along, or words to that effect.
Concert, if we may, to the time when you offered the tickets to Mr. Damiano before the concert actually took place. Okay. During that point in time when you offered the tickets to him and before he actually went to the concert, did you ever say to him or suggest to him that maybe he should bring some of his songs with him?
No, I did not.
Do you deny saying that, or is it you just don't recall one way or the other?
I deny suggesting to Jim that he bring songs along with him. I did, however, concur with him when he asked me, do you think I should bring my songs with me? I said, sure, why not? What could it hurt?
There's a kind of a melodic character to this arc, more than just a set of shared pitches. What I will be doing shortly is I'll be leading you through an analysis, allowing you to hear how steel guitars actually projects this exact same arc as Dignity.
Not many times, but on those occasions when he would ask me, could I pass on something to Mr. Dylan? I may have said to him, I'll try and pass it along, or words to that effect.
Yes.
Just to place that in context, I want you to know that, because I'm a truthful person,
Do you recall ever giving Mr. Damiano your fax number?
Yes.
And when Mr. Dillon, how do you reach him?
I phone him.
At his home?
If he's in Los Angeles, yes. If he's on the road, I try and locate him that way.
Do you recall saying the following to Mr. Damiano, sir?
Is there a page reference that you're reading?
I have a 1/2 on it.
Is there a debate
Bates number 144.
Okay, let me just put that in front of the witness.
Sure. You state at the top of the page, or at least it appears to that you state, my job here is to pass along information to Bob. Do you recall saying that, sir? Looking
Yes.
at the top. Okay. And Bob, of course, is Bob Dylan.
Yes.
And then you say, which I think I have. Do you see that, sir?
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. When you said that to Mr. Damiano, which I think I have, were you lying to him?
I was.
Have. Do you see that, sir?
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. When you said that to Mr. Damiano, which I think I have, were you lying to him?
I was misstating the truth.
Let's go back to the Jones Beach concert, if we may, to the time when you offered the tickets to Mr. Damiano before the concert actually took place. Okay. During that point in time when you offered the tickets to him and before he actually went to the concert, did you ever say to him or suggest to him that maybe he should bring some of his songs with him?
No, I did not.
Right. Do you deny saying that, or is it you just don't recall one way or the other?
I deny suggesting to Jim that he bring songs along with him. I did, however, concur with him when he asked me, do you think I should bring my songs with me? I said, sure, why not? What could it hurt?
Where did this interview take place between yourself and Mr. Dillon?
It was over dinner at a restaurant called Il Cielo here in Beverly Hills.
And do you recall when it took place?
August 5th, 1988, in the evening, sometime around 7, 8 o'clock, something like that.
Thank you. And was anyone else present at the table with you?
Yes, Elliot Mintz, who was at the time Bob Dylan's publicist. Said before, it sounded like the tour had maybe kept him from writing as much as he had in the past.
James Damiano versus Sony Music Entertainment Incorporated and Bob Dylan. And the case number is 95-4795. We're here at the offices of Parcher and Hayes, located at 500 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York. And this is a deposition of Tony Tiller. This time, counsel will identify themselves.
Stephen Kramer for the plaintiff.
Orange Snyder and Ruth Lott for Sony Music Entertainment, Inc. and Bob Dylan.
At this time, I have the court reporter swearing the witness.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear in the testimony you're about to give that you will tell the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Tiller, good morning. You are employed by whom, sir?
Sony Music.
And how long have you been employed by Sony Music?
For 9 years on staff, 10 years if you count, approximately a year and 2 months as temp/per diem. I was promoted to Associate Director of Marketing Services.
Did you ever have in your office any compilations of any sort of Mr. Damiano's songs that you kept on your bookshelf?
When you say compilation, What?
Folder, binder, book, tablet.
Printed
Material, anything.
Printed material, yes.
Okay, and draw, if you would, so I can picture it, and the jury can picture it, a verbal picture of your office, and then after you do that, where the material rested.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, so the record's clear. Are we talking about, because you may have had more than one office over the course of the years, so you might want to...
Sure, if you had more than one office, take me through it.
Okay, when I first started as a temp, I moved from office to office to cover for people who were on vacation.
Okay, just to speed it up a touch, perhaps. If you would, Mr. Tiller, limit yourself to the offices in which these materials were ever located.
Okay, my first office, I had, the door would be, say, in that corner. Over here, I had 2 file cabinets, a table, a small table to my left attached to my desk, an art desk in that corner, a bookcase right next to that, and next to that a file cabinet.
Okay, thank you.
The book that Jim had given me would be on that bookcase.
To your right.
To my right.
Okay. And what year did you receive that book initially?
I don't recall.
Okay. And what did it have in it?
It had a bunch of songs, or a bunch of, I guess, well, he called them songs, so I called them songs, but they were words written in verse form.
Was it in a binder, a folder?
It was in a binder.
Like a 3-ring binder?
3-ring binder.
And where is that today?
I do not know.
When was the last time you saw it?
When we were in the CBS building at 52 West 52nd Street.
And you're telling us and the jury you don't know what happened to them, those materials of songs or words?
No, I do not.
Just disappeared?
Well, when we moved from that building approximately 4 or 5 years ago, as I explained to Jim, we were to pack our own desks. We were pressed to work until the day we moved, pretty much. And the movers came in and packed everything else. There were things that were left behind.
And so could you pinpoint, Mr. Tiller, what year Mr. Damiano's book of songs or words disappeared from your office?
You did not say disappeared. You're mischaracterizing his testimony. You did not say they disappeared.
So
well, if you mischaracterize the testimony...
Oh, that's an exception to our stipulation? So that means during Mr. Mintz's deposition, every time you... Did Mr. Damiano's songs, Mr. Tiller, disappear?
Could I have you rephrase that?
Sure. What happened to his songs that had been on your shelf for how long?
1.5, possibly 2 years.
Okay. The songs, or that binder, without... That binder disappeared, did it not?
They were left in the building when we moved.
And did you ever go back to retrieve it or to ask where it was?
No, I did not. There were...
And is that building still owned by CBS?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And that's CBS's headquarters, yes?
Yeah.
And all we know now, and all the jury knows now, is that you don't have it, correct?
That is correct.
And Sony does not have it, to your knowledge.
Sony does not have it.
Right. And if we went to your office today, where your office used to be on 52nd Street, did that?
No, I did not.
And all we know now, and all the jury knows now, is that you don't have it, correct?
That is correct.
And Sony does not have it, to your knowledge.
Sony does not have it.
Right. And if we went to your office today, where your office used to be on 52nd Street, at CBS's headquarters, did you ever tell Mr. Damiano that his materials had been lost, or left behind, or disappeared?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say?
I can't recall exactly what he said. But I did tell him I was sorry.
Counsel, this is the second witness in a row, literally, who received materials from the plaintiff comprising one or more of his songs, where the materials have disappeared, whether you want to use the word disappeared, lost, destroyed, evaporated, whatever phrase you want to use. And I want the record to note that this is the second witness in a row. Mr. Mintz testified that he destroyed Mr. Damiano's faxed materials. And no, not only did he destroy them, he went further. He said he shredded them.
Mm-hmm.
And now Mr. Tiller is saying that the binder of materials of songs that Mr. Tiller received got lost, disappeared, don't exist. And
if he didn't give it to me, but you want to remember about Jim, if he has the money, he will give it to me.
And in fact, the $10,000 investment, which you made in 1987, if you compound interest and do all, and when he told you that nothing was being done, is it fair to say that you became, at times, somewhat annoyed at the situation?
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it.
And what, if anything, did you say to Mr. Damiano about the failure of him to turn that investment into any profit for you?
I didn't make a case of it. All I remember is just talking to Jim Damiano about it. Just stay with it. Just don't give up. Keep trying. That's things in that nature, you know. In my mind, you gotta understand, I didn't see Jim doing anything wrong. I think he produced a good record. I liked it. My wife liked it. It was a good music. I still got a few tapes. I know I gave some to my friends, and everybody liked it. We did nothing wrong as far as that. The bad part of it is that I'm the one that spent the money on it, and I didn't get anything back. But I was convinced that this was a good decision, and at the same time that the tape came out very good. So he didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't mad at him. I was mad at myself.
Well, sir, you said you didn't believe him and his claims about Bob Dylan listening to his music when you were in the car dealership before your meeting with Tony Tiller. Yes. That was your testimony, correct?
Yes.
After the meeting, and after it became clear that your $10,000 was going down the drain, isn't it fair to say that your feelings of disbelief began to reemerge?
Not after the meeting, after the tape. After 2-3 weeks after the tape was done. After the meeting, I was very excited.
We're going to get to the meeting in a minute and your excitement. I'm now taking you after this meeting. There came a time when it was clear that your $10,000 investment was going down.
Yes.
The drain.
That sunk in.
You got your American Express Platinum bill.
Mm-hmm.
Wham! $10,000.
You have to pay it all at once.
So every month you're reminded about this $10,000 investment that had gone down the drain. And my question to you, sir, is...
Was that a question, or was that just a color commentary about every month?
Is that correct?
Well, not me, maybe my wife. She pays the bills, but I just put it out of my mind. But yes, I could see what you're saying, though, but it wasn't me personally. I don't see.
You were aware, sir, month to month, that you had to pay the interest or whatever it is on the $10,000?
Yes, I was.
And my question to you, sir, is that after those 3 weeks, and after you started paying monthly the $10,000, your feelings of disbelief about Mr. Damiano's claims of having some connection to Bob Dylan began to resurface.
Are you asking him that? Or
yeah, I'm asking him.
Okay, well, if you want an answer for that, I'll give you an answer. I don't think that Jim was the one that made me give me that disbelief. It was Anthony. I think Jim was just maybe lied to like I was. That's how I perceived it. I took him for a victim just as much as myself. Okay, if there was no connections to Mr. Dylan, it wasn't because of what he said to me. It was because of what Anthony said to me.
Okay, I understand that, and we'll get to that in a minute. I'm not asking about mad now. I'm asking about not believing, not because Mr. Damiano was lying to you or not lying to you, but not believing the claim that Mr. Damiano had some connection to Bob Dylan. My question to you, sir, is whether after those 3 weeks, those feelings of disbelief resurfaced.
Yes, it did resurface. And I also had second thoughts about maybe that just the whole thing was a scam. Okay, or the whole thing was a scam, or also that this music just got stolen from us. It basically just went the way they wanted to go. We paid the money and something else will happen to it. I mean, a million things would go through your head to justify it. But at the time, yes, I was upset. And the bottom line is we lost track of each other after that for a few years, and I just forgot about it.
My specific question is whether after those 3 weeks you again disbelieved. Let me rephrase it. After those 3 weeks, you again believed that Mr. Damiano really didn't have any way to get his music to Bob Dylan.
No, I never disbelieved that, because I know what I heard. My wife disbelieved that. My wife told me that the whole thing was a lie. I never disbelieved that part. I believed that this music was going to Bob Dylan. I know I believed that in my heart, and I still believe it till now. Now, maybe